observing, like we just had the Day of Atonement yesterday. And it was a beautiful reflection. It was a time of repenting and crying out and just seeking the Most High for the things that, we needed to atone for from the year. It's so beautiful. We never learned that concept like when we were attending church, how to repent for real. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying sorry I did this or that. Like, you really search deeply to find what was displeasing. What have I been doing that's displeasing to the Father? What have I been doing against my husband, my children, brother and sister? And where do I need the Father's grace? Where do I need mercy? What can I do differently? Show me, Father. Like, search me. Find what is not like you and take it from me. And it's just so beautiful. We sang songs like that in church, but understanding that concept of him taking, even just how the Father is waking the dry bones in this time, it's hard to explain. I'm just so grateful for his mercy. I was not living a lifestyle that was pleasing to him. I was dead. I was dead. We were dead. We as a people were dead before the Father saw fit to reveal himself to us. He showed mercy to us. And it reminded me of, we have a tree out in our front yard. We moved here 5 years ago. And it was during the pandemic. I don't know. Some people I don't classify it as still being pandemic. But my husband says it, so whatever. It was September of 2020. Like, everything happened in March. We got here in September, right? But I'm looking outside right now. It's October. And the trees are still fairly green. Everything's still lush. We had a tree outside our front window. That was, when I say dead, it was done. It's ugly. It looked like an old shriveled up crab tree. Just, it's the ugliest tree. It had no leaves on it, no life in it whatsoever. And, when we got here, we're renting this house. We don't quite know which direction we want to move in just yet. We're comfortable just renting. We enjoy the area that we live in. But about, I want to say maybe 2 or 3, maybe about 3 years ago, I looked out one day and I said, this tree has leaves on its backside. It was about 3 years ago. I said, there's leaves on the backside of this tree. My husband said, there are leaves there. And they weren't there before. Then, the next year we looked around, it was trees there were leaves like in the middle of the tree. And we said, this tree it's like it's going to come back to life or something. Wait, what? This year, this tree has its leaves over throughout the entire tree. As a matter of fact, we now have to rake leaves that we did not have to rake before, because this tree, life has come back into this tree. That is what I feel like as I'm keeping Most High's high holy days, keeping his Sabbath days, teaching my children, obeying my husband. Obeying my husband is what I said. Doing what the scriptures instruct us to do. I feel like that tree, like I was dead and just shriveled up and looking like a tree. The Bible, I looked like a tree, but I didn't produce fruit. I didn't produce the material. The material is not the word I'm looking for, but I didn't produce that which a tree should produce. Even a bush, we have a bush also in the backyard. When we moved here, it was a little tiny bush. It's one of the ones that turn red when the season changes. And it was small. It was so pretty. We were like, oh, look at the bush. It's changing for the year. That bush is so large. It has grown over in front of the garage. We've had to cut it out. Our neighbor across the street comes and he says, I have lived here for 30 years. And that has always been the smallest little baby bush. You know, you watch it change. We watch his leaves, he watches our leaves. And he said, I would watch that bush change every year. And it was just a cute little thing. He said, look, I've never seen it. It's like a tree now. He said, one time, we didn't cut it right out, right away. He said, y'all want me to trim that for you? We were like, no, we're enjoying it. He was like, don't you want it cut down? We were like, no, we just cut out, to be honest, we just cut around so that we can park the Jeep up in the driveway. But we don't want you to cut it. It's just to see how the Father honors. We personally believe the Father is honoring the tenants of this home. Trees that were dead, bushes that were small. You bring life. When you're doing the Most High's will, you bring life all around you. We are filled with life again. The nature around us has life in it because we are obedient to the instructions of the Father. He's the creator. It may not seem like much, but to me that's a testimony that the Father saw fit to allow us to see the manifestation around us, not just our lives, because our lives have grown like trees. Our marriage, our children, things that belong to us, our finance, certain aspects that we thought were dead, we thought that certain parts were not revivable. Revivable? Whatever, listen. The parts that we thought were dead, the areas that we had no hope for, we just began to be obedient. We were obedient to Yahweh's word, and he has tremendously blessed. Dear younger years, obey Yah's word. Be ye holy, for I am holy. That's what the scriptures say. Be perfect. I was listening to a Bible study a young lady was doing recently, and she was just saying, we are to be perfect. We are supposed to be holy. People, in church would always say, we can't be holy. We'll never be holy. We'll never measure up. The scriptures instruct us to be holy. And that is what we ought to strive for every single day. The only life that there is, the only hope that there is obedience to Yahweh's word. Shalom.